Hey guys, what's going on? XCaliber here, and we are back for another Project Prefab build series. You guys wanted it. Let's do it. We're gonna continue working on some prefab stuff. Going on, Fred. Fred with the raid. Appreciate that, sir. Willow, what's up, man? Coffee time. For sure, man. For sure. All right. So last stream we were working on this guy, and then I was like, well, I already have this guy. Why am I doing this guy? But I actually like the way this looks more than this, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. And then I remembered the Valoon. The Valoot is a perfectly suitable prefab, and it's like very different. It being vertical and stuff. So, I mean, it fits within certain construct here. I think it's good. It's unlock level 7. It's cheap, not very expensive at all. It moves well. We've actually tested this in game before in the Let's Play. Yeah, I mean it's perfectly good. It's perfect. Yeah, we removed some stuff. I'd have to put new landing gears on it because I did remove the landing gears. But it's a good little guy. It's got a couple Gatling guns. It actually has 2 turrets, which is pretty cool. It's got a good amount of thrust. Come in here, you've got upgradable access blocks and stuff for both Reforged and Vanilla, really. But 13 320 ammo cargo storage. It's got room for a shield. It actually has room for a warp drive, but I'd have to figure out where you would access the. I guess I don't know. I'd have to give you a place to reach up there and do that without being in God mode. But yeah, it's a very suitable. Yeah, so I think I'll definitely submit this. But yeah, let's continue. I think we'll continue working on this. Oh yeah, markers for tier 3. That is a good point. That is a good point. So it's, this thing has 2 generators. Could probably use 2 more. I don't know. I know Vanilla is not very hardcore about power like Reforges. So I think it'd probably get away with just having 2. And in that case, you could definitely put the tier 3s up here too. So that could be that magical space that we're looking for. But it needs some fixing. It needs a little bit of attention given to some manual accessibility and stuff like that. But I do really like it. I really like that build. So I would like to see it, finished and stuff. This is the slip joint mark something or other. What is it? Mark something? What is it? I don't remember. Mark 3? Yeah, Mark 3. And never did finish it. This also is, within pretty much the same wheelhouse here as far as cost, as far as everything goes. Just a different kind of ship. Needs some fixing stuff. It can also take a warp drive in the front. It has lots of expandability options here. Lots of upgradables. I mean, you could really make this like a viable POI fighter or whatever. It's got a little area here. 10,000 cargo. All the little stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really have much expandability options. There's lots of weird little spacing here and stuff. So I don't know. We did use this as well, I think, in a Let's Play. But I think I want to continue messing with this guy here. So right now we've got about 14,000 cargo on a whole, which I am happy with. Hey Carthes, how you doing? Lycan, what's up? Heckin, Garmin. Soundtrack's so weird, man, because it does that first song and then it does like the talking crap and then it does this like really epic song and then it just trails off into this really mellow like it takes forever and so it's like this awkward silence every time I start the stream with the music. It's yeah, it is what it is. Hey Tay, what's up? You know what too is like this thing's kind of giving me like drop point vibes a little bit. And I guess not a lot. Like I do have a couple of announcements to make here too. We'll make it a little further into the stream though, wait for more people to slip in. You know, part of me wants to do like a rear cockpit, but anybody here live in a tiny house? I'm obsessed with these tiny houses on YouTube. I want to build a tiny house and live in the woods. That'd be so cool. Big enough for The gaming rig, little loft bed, nice little kitchen, little outdoor kitchen. Like a brick oven, little campfire. Yeah, do like a whole outdoor grill thing. That'd be fine. Something cool like that, though, like built into it, you know? When I retire, man. When I get old, I want to live in a tiny house. Totally, I say. Yeah, like, just less shit to worry about, right? Less clutter. Man, if only. I don't know how this is gonna work here. I guess I gotta figure that out. God, that lighting's messing me up. Is that even? It looks like it's coming out, right? But it's not. It's so weird. Yeah, now we tested this in the last stream, and it was it's pretty balanced as far as flight once we moved most of the stuff out on the wing there. Hey, what's up, Zoe? Did you see your skid steer? Got a skid steer. In the basement storage. No, this is Vanilla Vandal. We're doing the project prefab. Yeah, looking forward to seeing it. Very cool.
Welcome to XBC!
Hey, look at that. Lost Student with the 6-month resub. Battle Axe time, man. Big hype. What's going on, Lost Student?
Yes?
Hey, Wartorn, how's it going? Hey, boss man. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. This will be an unlock level 7 CPU tier 2, upgradable to warp, shield, all those good things. Done with it. Well, so I've already built, the shiv, and that's the really small kind of SV. This is a little bit bigger of a starter that will grow with you up to probably like level 15 or so. I'm kind of doing a couple of different options here. I could probably go ahead and announce something here. So had a meeting with Talon, and looks like we are going to be launching tomorrow at about the same time tomorrow, about 3 p.m. Eastern or so. We're going to launch a vanilla experimental server so that the Anvil can exclusively do testing within the community for the new updates, starting with 1.5. So that access to that's going to be available tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And what's cool about it is that Talon will be hosting it, so he's going to have instant access to any kind of debug info or anything that he needs in order to bring attention to any bugs you guys come across. So we'll have a place in the Discord for you guys to be able to submit, any bugs that you see within the new update, and we'll be able to hopefully get some light shine on those things pretty instantly here. So definitely happy with that. I think it's a good thing. I think some of you guys, I don't personally play experimental, but I know there's a lot of you that do. And maybe you want to play it, but maybe you don't want to take all the time to like go on the different forum mediums and stuff and submit things. So this way it's within the Anvil. There's going to be a channel specifically for the submitting of bug reports for experimental, and it's easy enough for Talon to then backtrack and find out where that bug is and be able to reproduce it and figure it out from there. So I think it's a really good thing. Special shout out to Talon too for providing that for the Anvil exclusively. So only Anvil will have access to this. It'll be very controlled within our community and everything. So that's awesome. I'm really happy about that. I think it's a really good look too for development and everything, for Talon specifically, of course. And because this is his personal server, by the way, guys, this is not Elyon specifically sanctioned, but it is a developer that is going to be able to assist in streamlining some of these things. So I think it's good. I think it's really, really cool. So look out for that announcement tomorrow. Information will be given for access and whatnot, and then we can go from there. It'll be really cool. So you guys will be able to also go in there and kind of play experimental and have fun together and everything. So good things all around. Good things all around. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, Max. Alright. So yeah, that's the big announcement. That is the big announcement. And also, I made an announcement yesterday about the whole idea of Project Prefab, what the main reason for it is, and the main reason of Project Prefab is not to submit prefabs for Elyon to potentially submit into the game. That's not, the main purpose is to create a working live catalog of prefabs that we can direct new players in the community to, so that they have a pick of any level, any, you know, because we submit these things on the workshop, we submit these things in designers challenges, and they're everywhere. There's no working library to say, you know, I need every unlock level 7 SV that the Anvil's ever made. We can't really do that, right? We can't really do that. We can remember some. We can go, oh, Filbert's got that amazing this, and NMK's got this really cool this, but at the end of the day, we don't have, you know, we don't have a library of you know, builds that we can easily direct people to. We have the workshop content, we have work in progress, but you still got to sift through stuff, and it's still not, you know, not very mainlined. Vandal with the tier 1 gift sub to Talon, dude. 572 gift subs today, dude. Epic, man. Thank you, sir. But, you know, so at the end of the day, we don't have that yet, and that's what we're trying to create. We're going to create a master library of builds that will work at a certain level, at a certain CPU for vanilla and for Reforged. And then we're going to maintain those things with a live working inventory of these builds, so when new patches come and things change, we can work these builds together as the original authors and make sure that these things are always maintained. Now, when a community like this, with as many amazing, exceptional builders with a reputation for building, creates a catalog of viable prefabs with descriptions, with updating, with you know, the stamp of the anvil. I mean, it's an obvious asset for the development to just come in and grab things and implement it. That's, you know, so will it be a potential bonus for doing this? Absolutely, absolutely, guys. I have no reservations that, you know, that's what will happen and everything, but I just don't want people to get into the mindset that's, you know, the goal here. It's not the goal here. It's always great to have recognition. It's always great to see your creations brought to life in a game. I totally understand that, and I share that. I mean, I'm thankful for, you know, the builds that I have in the game and everything, so I can't, you know, I can't deny that, of course. But at the same time, the anvil, you know, means the most to me. You guys mean the most, and what you guys develop and put forth. So I think I get excited about things that I can control. I can't control what development does. Nobody can. You know, we can't control what they deem good and bad and what they want to do and don't want to do. We have no control over that, but we do have control over what happens in the anvil, and we have control over how we honor and you know, how we value ourselves and our work and everything. So that's what this is about, and I hope you guys understand that that's what this is about. So and this is the main reason why, you know, this is for the anvil. I'm not hosting this for Empyrion overall. I'm not saying, hey guys, come into the anvil so that you can possibly get your build as a prefab in the game. No, that's not what we're here for. We're here for the community. We're here for people that are already a part of the community, and we are here for people that want to join the community and want to be a part of it for what it is, not for the benefits. I mean, obviously the benefits are also, you know, that you get to hang out with really cool people that love Empyrion and that are extremely helpful and have a lot of knowledge and inspiration, and, you know, it's everything. It's everything. So, and we know what's up. We know that. I see you guys in the Discord. I see you guys constantly telling people and reminding people what this community's about, and you know, what they need to do to be integrated into it. Exactly, Heckin. Thank you. The Anvil LCD code should be on every submission. You're gonna get Jay Reynolds on fire. Yeah.
Oh no, no!
Soundboard works again. Big hype. Yeah. What was it, what were we playing the other day? Valheim. Dude, I went as far as to burn J. Randall and Valheim, man. Big hype. He wasn't expecting that one. Like, wait, what? This follows into Valheim too? Like, yeah, buddy. Gotta get these done. I think me and at some point here, like, yeah, not anytime soon, but when we start looking at season 3, I want to me and Jay gotta have a we gotta have a public meeting, man. I think we're gonna have a public meeting. We need to have a stream just dedicated to talking about what we're doing. I think we both kind of said different things. I want to just live it up at an SV for like the first like 3 weeks of the game. I don't think he wants to do that. He wants to build his what's that thing called? What's the starter CB Helios minor thingy called? The Janus. Which I love that thing too. Like, I really want to start with that too. So I'm mixed. I don't know. It's mixed. I think maybe the SV thing will wear off before I start. I feel like, yeah, it sounds like a cool idea on paper, but can't respawn, can't do anything. You know, if Elion could just slip that in, like at the last minute, be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's some clone chambers for SVs, and you're welcome." Dude, do you know how much of a game changer some freaking clone chambers on SVs would be? Oh my god, people would lose their freaking minds. People would lose their damn mind, like instant. No joke, like it would be insane. Pandemonium. SV pandemonium is what would happen. Yeah, I heard about that, man. We're gonna have to get that for Dunk, man. Get him a bowcaster. Hell yeah. HVs will be looking for jobs. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree. Listen, I don't agree, guys. You know, I used to feel that way. But you know, like the more I see other people play, and you know what's really done it for me are those Anvil base tours. That stream there by itself really opens your eyes to what people actually do in the game. Like you could look at designers challenges and what people build, but it's what people build and what people play with are two totally different things. Half the things I've built I've never played with and or had a desire to. You play how you want to play, and there's people that play heavy HV, there's people that play heavy SV, there's people that play heavy CV. I don't think it matters. I just want to have options for all three of them. I'm tired of trying to write, you know, what needs to happen for, you know, I don't think that's necessary. I think people are going to play the way they want to play, and the more options you give them, the more designs you're going to see as an end product. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I don't see why that would be a damn problem, man. Just give us the. I don't get that. I think at this point, just give us everything for everything. Let us design stuff and just see what happens on the other side. I don't think it hurts anything. You know, I don't. What's the downside? Oh my God, nobody's gonna use HVs. So what? What? So what? Like what? I don't get why any of that matters. What are we peddling that we need to worry about what people are using? You know what I mean? Like what is that doing? Is that changing something for? It's not. That's just it's a preference, right? It's not actually doing anything. Am I wrong? I mean, I could be wrong. I'm usually wrong, but I don't know. I don't see the point in worrying about that. Oh, they didn't give us, did they? No, they didn't give us one of those, did they? Oh, used it. But listen, like nobody loves HVs more than XCal. Come on now, HVs are my thing, man. You guys saw that. I've built more HVs than everything else combined. So I love HVs. But this constant back and forth between builds and, you know, one thing gets added to, you know, I remember when SVs were totally destroyed and it was like HVs are everything. They've got med stations and all this other shit, and SVs have nothing. And, you know, which I think is kind of still the way, right? Like, isn't that still the whole thing? I mean, what did SVs get recently that in vanilla? Nothing, right? Like they're still kind of the same worthless, you know. I don't see the problem with it. It's just preference. People still use them, regardless. You know, I say they're worthless, but people still have value for them. So. Yeah, and that's what makes the game great. That's why it's a really good creative game, right? Like it inspires creativity. Um, you know, art is just an opinion. I mean, it's all just one big opinion, right? Across the board. So there's no right way to build per se. I mean, there's a right way to deliver performance and efficiency and function. You know, there's a right way and wrong way to do that. You could falsely design something that's not, you know, as efficient as it could be, I guess. But it's all relative. What's function for one person is not function for another person. And people don't utilize those aspects of a build where some people do. So at the end of the day, there's a market for anything, man. There's a market for any build. You know, you take CB combat, for instance. I mean, that's a huge point of contention for people. You know, I want to build a CV that can park in front of a dreadnought, and I can go make coffee while this thing just assimilates it. It's like, no, I want to build a CV that can you know, do figure eights around a dreadnought and never be seen, and have like some weird improvised cloaking ability, and I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. That's the beauty of the game, is that we can live within those opinions, and designs can fall out of them and be beneficial to people that can't build. I mean, that's, or, you know, don't want to build. You know, it's just, at the end of the day, it's accepting that that's important. Accepting that there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? It's a weird saying. That's the thing, but I have nothing against cats. I love cats. Want the first, exactly, right? So yeah, it's selected. What's up, Filbert? Now, oh, and I will announce something else too. So I have put a date for the Prefab, Project Prefab monthly stream. So it is on the, I want to say the 17th of June. So we're going to be doing it. It's not going to be the same as the Designer's Challenge. So the Designer's Challenge is a challenge. It's meant to promote inspiration, creativity, sharing of ideas and stuff, and it's a celebration. That's what that stream's all about. It's a celebration of us looking through all the builds. We've been doing it for more than 2 glorious years. We've seen an insane amount of awesome stuff, and you know, that's what that's about. Project Prefab is about creating something that, you know, lives within the community and is constantly updated within the community. So being that there's a certification process, and all that means is that we as a group test live in stream these builds, and we say, you know, if these are good or bad, and we're gonna have some way to I don't know if we'll have votes. We're not going to get into that, but we will have more than just me in the stream. That's a decision I made early. I don't want it to be just me in the stream actively giving my personal opinion on these builds and what I deem is good and bad, and that's not what it's about. So we're gonna have somewhat of a panel of a couple people that are going to be helping test these things and have their own ideas about this and that, and we're gonna convey all this on stream and everything. It's gonna be a work in progress. So, but we're gonna do as best we can to ensure that these things represent the function and performance that the Anvil's about. So, right off the bat, we're gonna have JTKE Gaming, the host of Anvil Test Drive. It only makes sense because at the end of the day, this is gonna be kind of like a test drive. We're gonna be literally like showing the function and ability of these builds, so it makes sense to have the guy that hosts that show in here. And then there's a couple other people that I definitely want to get on board with it too. Probably Jay, and some other. So we'll see. I haven't talked to a few of those people, so I don't want to say their names yet, but I'm fine with saying Jay's name. Totally, Ice Wolfen, totally. I'm excited, man. I'm excited that, there's gonna be, there's room for everybody to be able to contribute to something like this. I think it's great, man. I'm really happy, really excited about it. Ooh, we're right there. We're right there, guys. Yeah, so you can, your submission can be something that you've already built, totally, as long as it is current and has all the current function and everything, abilities and all that. Yeah, absolutely. Now that I'm talking, I don't think I ever said anywhere that you can't have more than one build. I need to fix that. I only want to have one submission for each category. I don't, there's people that I know could probably submit 30 things to a certain category, and that's not what I want to happen. I don't, that's a lot. So it's one submission per category. Yeah. And honestly, like the more I've thought about this, like there's some challenges that definitely coincided with prefab building, like the starter CV challenge. There's definitely some ones that we've already done. So I don't know how we're gonna treat that, if we're gonna do like multiple in 1 month, or I don't want to overload people because the designer's challenge is still a thing and everything. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you just pick your best, your favorite, what you deem to be the most balanced, because a lot of people build really niche stuff too, right? So some of these things are they function and everything, but for a more specific purpose. And with what we're doing, we definitely want to keep it pretty broad, and because you don't know what the new player wants to do, and until we can get a better interface for these builds, actually in the menu. Because my intention is to, where the hell is that thing? Oh, here. So my intention is to revamp this whole thing, right? And somebody told me about this toggle, which I wish this thing was just bigger, so that it showed all that. Because I never knew you could. I didn't really look at that, but the CPU tier class is here, and the efficiency is here too. So that's a big thing. It would be nice if it was red where that efficiency is. That would be amazing if that could be red. But honestly, these don't need to be in the prefab thing anyway. But at least now you can kind of say, hey, when you're looking at these things, don't pick ones that are under 100% efficiency, right? Actually, this is... Actually, I think all those are fine. What was it, the HVs? One of them didn't have... Wait, is it these? Oh, so see, this is wrong. So a lot of these... Yeah, this... Oh, okay, there we go. 0, 70... Okay, so some of these small ones work fine, but 8, so these just need to go away. Those need to go away. What? Hey, oh. Sorry, I just got a really annoying text message from my wife. Apparently, she's volunteered me into a barbecue competition. What the fuck? Sure, like, don't get my, just go ahead, just put me in something. What the Anyway, sorry guys. Yeah, so this needs to be revamped. Like, let's take this one for instance. Very cheap, inexpensive, 3 minutes production time. Name, cool. Hover vessel, unlock, makes sense. Combat, attack, defense. What? Infantry, attack, defense. What? Size, block count, device count, light count, triangle count. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a shit about any of these things. I don't think anybody other than the lab codes give a shit about any of this stuff here. This probably could just not exist. And in their place, maybe some more important stuff. Class, combat, class, salvage, class, minor, class, exploration, class, very subtle. Warp, yes, no. Upgradable, yes. You know what I mean? Like some more tangible things. If we have to stay within these parameters, if we cannot change the parameters of this menu or whatever, it would be cool to see some more useful stuff. And then I would love to have like a little blurb of what the hell this thing is for. Viable mining, hover vessel, works up to 3G, has, X amount of cargo. Cargo would be nice here. Tell us how much cargo it's got. Tell us, things like that. We need that information as a new player. As a new player, I don't know what the hell this is as a 5,000 hour player. What the hell does that mean? What the freaking hell? Combat attack. What is that? In reference to what? Yeah, has shields, all that stuff. Makes perfect sense. The combat attack. Nobody knows what this means. This isn't used in the game. Don't just... No, that's ridiculous, man. Don't... I've never seen this anywhere in the game. There's nothing that, you know, if I go into No Man's Sky and I look at a ship, it tells me certain things about the ship. It tells me what class it is. It tells me, you know, very important things that I can stack up against other things and it be a thing. If I'm in game and I see a Xerax battle cruiser, I don't have any stats on that thing. So how do I compare the stats of my ship to the stats of assets in the game? That makes no sense. That's not something that we use in Empyrion. That's not... No, there's no balance there. I don't understand how that's useful in this game. That's nothing that they've used, and it's more for POIs, how strong a POI is. Okay. So this needs to be dumbed down. This needs to be, you know, this needs to make sense given, you know, given what the game shows us. You know, the game shows us level 10 drone base. The level 10. So what is a level 10 drone base? We know that just means that, you know, the Xerax are harder. It doesn't really mean anything to the base, right? You know, so that's fine. So ground troops. So we need to work within the parameters that the game gives us. So level 1 to 10, you know, give us, you know, if that meant the base, I would love for that to mean the base. So if I'm attacking a drone base and it happens to be like a hard version of a drone base, I want to know the level of that. I want to know, okay, this is a level 10 drone base. It's the hardest of the drone bases that we have. You know, and then stack up the builds against that. You know, X amount of turrets, whatever, this and that. You know, if you're going to do something like that, make it make sense. You know, okay, so on paper, this build should be able to attack at least this level of a POI. That I can understand. That makes sense to me, but that doesn't... I don't know what those numbers mean. Yeah, but as someone who builds OPVs and POIs, I'd want to see that. Well, that's great. That's... So you and like 10 other people... I'm talking about the new player. That's all I care about. I'm talking about the new player right now. I'm not talking about development. I'm not talking about, you know, like... in-house stuff. I'm talking about the person that installs this game and looks at this thing and goes, why do I want this build? Why do I want this build? Light count? What the hell do I care about light count? What am I gonna do with that information as a new player? As a me player, what am I gonna... that means nothing to me. Light count means absolutely nothing. I mean, maybe that just means it's gonna lag more, because I know lights or I don't know, but it's useless information. So this is the stuff that needs to be cleaned up. You know, because when you put these things here, it gives it importance, and then when you don't see it anywhere else in the game, it's confusing. So screw older what are we talking about now? Is there any kind of document which tells me the numbers of range of numbers of certain OPVs, blah, blah, blah? Asking in terms of weaponry and defense, you'll know if you can see the ship in the dark.
Welcome to XBC.
Hey, Stubert, 27-month resub. Big hype, dude. Big hype. Screw older players for the new players doesn't make much. What are we talking about? Are we talking about prefabs? If a prefab does no longer work because it was built in Alpha 5 and that builder is no longer around to update that build and development is not going to update it, I mean, what, you know what I mean? Like, what do we do in that case? There's nothing we can do. Yeah, it's just that's it. I mean, if the asset no longer works in the game, the asset needs to be removed or updated. If you want to take it upon yourself to take a build that's a prefab and update it and submit it to Elion or submit it to the Anvil catalog, that's within anybody's power to do that. If you're passionate about these builds staying in the game. But the whole reason for Project Prefab is that there's nobody in development that's capable, or not say capable, that's able to take the time to do this. So you know, and definitely not on the scale that we're doing it. So, you know, this is why we're doing this for these reasons. You know, if you want to pay homage to an existing prefab and update it and submit it, I don't have a problem with that. That's not a problem for me at all, because you're helping out Elion, and you know the prefabs in the game look great. I just, you know, they need to work. So by all means, man, nobody's taking that from anybody. But this is why we're doing this. We're not, you know, we're doing this because we can. As a community, we can do this. And if it gets adopted by development, or if it doesn't get adopted, inconsequential. At the end of the day, we're gonna have this body of work, this Anvil body of work that we can all be proud of. So, absolutely, man. If you guys like, you know, some of these classic prefabs, do it, man. Take it upon yourself to update them. I have no issue with that, because nobody else is gonna do it. You know, they're just gonna sit there and rot. So, hell yeah, do it. Oh, okay, hold on. We're talking about things I was saying. So hold on. Light count is very important, actually, as lights are very bad for performance. Nothing stopping another player from updating it. If it has many lights and your PC is crap, don't spawn it. If you don't see this info, how can you know if you should spawn it? Okay, so I get what you're saying, Talon, and it makes sense from somebody that plays this game and understands computers. And I'm talking about the 14-year-old that downloads this game from Steam, doesn't know shit about shit, doesn't understand what light count is and why it's bad for your PC, and nobody knows that information. There's no disclaimer when you spawn the game saying, you know, don't spawn things with high light count. Nobody knows that. They expect that something that is in the game and that's an asset of the core game, which is prefabs, and they spawn it in, that it's going to perform and work. They're not assuming that, oh, I have a shitty PC, so I probably shouldn't spawn in this specific ship because the light count is high. No, I don't know what light count is, and I mean, I understand from what you're saying. I understand that. I do understand. But I'm saying the average player is not going to be looking for that. They're not going to be taking that into account unless you have a real disclaimer saying some of the things in this game will lag the shit out of your potato. Don't spawn it. You know, or just say no potato PC section. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm dumbing it down to the lowest common denominator. Like anything that's in the game and that's core in the game, that's a prefab, should perform. It should perform. If that means that lights need to be taken out of prefabs, not all lights, but a lot of lights, there shouldn't be builds that have a lot of lights, then so be it. That makes sense, because you should design a game that works for your core audience at the baseline. Now, if you have a potato, you have a potato. But if you have a mid-level PC and you can't play with certain prefabs, then that's a problem, right? That's a problem with the game. It's not optimized, it blah, 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 whatever it is. That's where prefab should live. Prefab should live in the middle. Lower to middle. They shouldn't live in the high end. That's up to personal content. That's up to the workshop. That's up to those limits that should be breached, you know, because of freedom and everything. But as far as the game itself, assets should perform just like a POI does in game, just like anything else. Patrol vessel, these prefabs need to work in that medium. They need to work at that balance in order to promote the overall game, because these are development assets. These aren't workshop assets. So if that means that there shouldn't be that many lights on prefabs, I think that makes sense. I don't think that should be a thing. You know, spawning in the tier 6 freaking SV, the old, you know, this guy, this thing doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. It doesn't turn on. It doesn't, it serves an RP purpose, but it doesn't do anything in the game other than explore. It doesn't have weapons. It doesn't have, it's an exploration luxury build. It looks amazing. It looks really cool. It looks like I can go wreck some shit with this, but you can't, and that's what we're trying to fix. We're trying to, make it so that people understand what these builds are. Is there a place for this build? This is an amazing build. One of my favorite builds ever in Empyrion. It looks amazing. It's beautiful inside. It's inspiring as hell. It needs to be updated, but it doesn't serve a purpose as a prefab. It can if it's updated. If it's toned down a little bit, lights and stuff, inner stuff, it could be a very good prefab. But this is a very high-end luxury build. There's things that Crazy Z has made that are insanely awesome that I wouldn't expect a new player to understand and utilize and stuff, but I can appreciate it for the art. But then there's Crazy Z builds that he's done that are amazing, look amazing, and are very efficient and work really well in the game and should be prefabs. So that's where that's where the difference between this and the designer's challenge is we're building things that should be core Empyrion assets. That's the difference. That's what I want you guys to focus when you're building these things. Garriman, there could be, but again, if we don't have a description area, if we don't have anything denoting these things as proof of concept builds only, then I would love that. I think there's definitely that's a really cool idea actually, to have creative mode assets. Imagine if you can just have what you just said kind of blew my mind right there, because I never even thought about having prefabs for creative. You could have like templates. You can have working templates of fuselages and actual like framework of ships that like people could finish and learn how to interior decorate, learn how to do different things. That's pretty cool. That might even be something I'd want to implement into Project Prefab. Like that's a really cool idea. I think there's definitely a place for that, but everything needs what's the word? Everything needs not contrast, but what's that word, man? Context. Everything needs context. Once they know what these things are and what they're for, then they can be guided to use them. But without that context, it's like, hey, here's a bunch of things. Oh, this looks amazing. Let me spawn it in, and this thing doesn't turn on. I don't get it. But we know that CPU is ignored in creative mode. We know, so they can viably spawn in anything in creative mode and it'll work. And they'll be able to... Well, wait a minute. No, not everything does work in creative. I don't know, but there's a place for it. There is a place for it, and I definitely like that idea. That's great. Yeah, listen, I would love a working tutorial scenario for creative mode. I would love to see somebody like come out with a scenario that literally teaches you how to build every type of ship. And I'm not talking about artistically. I just mean functionally. Build your first HV, build your first SV, build your first CV, build your first base. And then as you go, it comes out with, okay, grab a block, place block, place a triangle 45-degree block, place and they teach you the basic transitions. You need a fuel tank, you need a generator, you need to see how much output you're putting out in contrast to how much power you've got. You're going to get a base attack, so you want to look out for putting some turrets out. You need ammunition in this ammo controller. I mean, some of the things I see new players not understand is, it blows my mind as somebody that's been playing for a long time, but it's pretty understandable. You know, and we don't remember that we've been playing this game for a million years, and you know, people just don't get a lot of these things, and we need to have a, you know, we need to implement something that can teach that. So I would love that, man. We'll definitely do something like that for future Project Prefab. And listen, this is it's gonna be a long road too. Like, we're not gonna get this catalog built in a month. You know, this is gonna be something that we're gonna be constantly working on. Now, like I said, I think there is a couple places where we could double up on certain things and you know, get some of these things going a little bit quicker, but at the same time, like, we're not in a rush. Like, we're, you know. Yeah, but I think we have the ability to make scenarios that could serve that purpose better. Anytime you can implement something in game, that's great. I think that there's plenty of gifted content creators out there that could make good tutorial series. I think Empyrion needs one. I don't think there's anybody that's really made a really good current tutorial. You know, complete. You know, you know what I mean. Nobody's done a really good tutorial series yet. There's really old ones. There's people that did it a long time ago. That's how I learned signal logic and some of these things. Were some really good content from way back in the day, but those are extremely dated at this point. Not the signal one. The signal one's still fine, but there's a lot of other things that are just really, really old. And you know, I would love to do it, but I'm not good at. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing, unfortunately. Like, I do have a couple of tutorial videos on my YouTube, and it's, yeah, I don't know. I think there's people out there that could do a much better job. It just takes, you know, it's going to take somebody that's willing to sit there and really, you know, the editing's got to be good. It's got to be very fast. You know, the ones that I did were under 5 minutes, and that's about the attention span people are going to have on videos. They're not going to sit there and watch a stream of 2 hours of somebody explaining how to build something. Some people might. I'm not saying people won't watch it, but it's not going to be received as universally as, you know, how to do this, how to do that. If somebody has one question and they can find a video that answers that one question, that's a win. But if you can create a tutorial scenario that you go into creative and it literally teaches you how to build something that's in game, that's awesome. That's what we need. And that's doable. I think somebody can make a scenario with that information. Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, people like to receive information differently, right? I'm sure there's, yeah, people would rather use YouTube in some situations, but I think a lot of people would benefit from something like that in the game. You know, people that, you know, let's say people that have been playing the game for a while, but they just don't know how to build and they wanna start building. I think there's a place for that. I think there's, you know, a market for people that would want to do that. And I'm game for that. If anybody's interested in that, put it in content suggestions, and you know, we can pursue that. I don't have a problem pursuing that if you guys want to do that. I'm not a scenario builder. That's not going to be something that I'm going to personally. I would give feedback. I would love to give ideas and maybe structure, but I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and make a scenario. But I know that there's tons of people that are willing to do that. So if I can give a space for people to want to do that, then absolutely, let's do it. Just let me know what you guys need from me. Anything's possible, man. As long as people are willing to put in the work, and any idea is a possibility, right? I mean, we have a large group of people in here, and it just takes it takes the initiative to want to recruit and promote your idea, and I think that's the important thing is that you put in that time to get other people that are willing to help with what you're trying to do. Bottom of this is really. Unlock level 8. It's like shit just cracks me up, dude. Unlock level 8. Where did 8 come from? Who's ever given a shit about unlock level? Let me look at unlock level 8. Wait. No, did I read that? I gotta have read that wrong. Hold on. Unlock level 8. Where's the here it is. Oh, unlock cost. Okay, unlock level 10. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. There's a new unlock? Like, what the fuck? No, it's fine. Hey, Zeron, how you doing? Oh, why don't we have a one block docking pad? I mean, we have this one, but that one's weird. I mean, I like it in some circumstances, but not what I'm trying to do here. Ah, shit. I guess I could double up. It's kind of weird though. That's a shame. Question about Empyrion. How do you activate controllers? Is through Steam or in game? That would be cool if you could reason with the. you could see me trying to reason with the Xerox. That'd be hilarious. So I have a warp drive space. I need a shield space. I guess that could be here. Exit can go somewhere else. Gotta be in the center, maybe back here. Heavy armor? Yeah, heavy armor works. It can work. It just depends on the amount of thrust you have. Always time for more coffee. Coffee. I guess let's start doing the inside so I could kind of figure out what I got in here. I feel like this is flat though, but I guess this will have some stuff to kind of break that up. just gonna place everything, that way we know where, I wanna do that, or do I think maybe let's move the warp drive up. Yeah, dude, Script is streaming pretty hard lately, isn't he? It's awesome. I think I've rated him like every stream for the past like 5 or 6 streams. Like the only other one doing Empyrion right now. Ice Wolfen did the other day though. That's true. A couple other people. $27-hour stream? What the hell? What the hell were you doing, man? When was this? Did I not stream that day or something? At 27 hours. Dead man. Was that intentional, or like you just kept going, or like what? Like, I need an explanation. Half creative madness. So you just said fuck it and just did a 28-hour stream. That's awesome, man. Big eye. I wish I was there to see that, man. That's cool. Hey, with the coffee. Big hype. Man, I got robbed on my last 24-hour stream. I'm still kind of pissed about that. I purposely went over 24 hours, and Twitch still only recognized 23 hours and like 54 minutes or some shit. I got completely robbed, dude. Freaking sucks. So I'm still kind of Still kind of pissed about that. But no, if we're gonna do another one, it can't be 24-hour, dude. It's gotta be like 48 hours or something stupid. Gotta be like a real fucking like. We gotta do something insane. Gotta be insane, and I gotta shave my beard at the end of it or something. Gotta be like insanity. Insanity. That's what we gotta do. I know, like, nobody wants that. I was like, hey, what should I do to, like, shave my beard? I was like, why the hell would you shave your beard? I don't know, just something to do. Like, fuck, I don't know. But yeah, now at this point, now that I've gone past the Amish phase, and I'm, like, deep into, like, the freaking Ragnar phase, like, I don't want to shave it either, so. Plus, I'd probably look freaking stupid. I'd look ridiculous at this point with no beard. Holy crap. Yeah. Oh, funny you say that. So, my daughter, my older daughter, she's actually working on all of that. So she's been in school. You know, now her school's out for now, for the summer or whatever. So now she could work on doing all that. So she's gonna be updating the merch. She's gonna be updating everything, getting everything going and stuff. So I am excited about that. So there's gonna be a lot of new stuff. But yeah, I definitely want her to do a better. You know, she has the same. I'm pointing at it like you can see it, but she has the same graphic that she made or whatever. But hey, hey Jay, what's up, man? How you been doing? Jay, you gotta come in voice, man. Update us. You haven't talked in a while, man. What are you doing? What are you building? What's going on? Nice shot at the core. Pew, pew, pew. That's not gonna stay there, guys. Don't worry. Coffee! Needs a hood scoop? Yeah. Dude, I'm kind of digging this thing. Like, honestly, I was gonna shelf this thing last stream. Like, I don't know why. You know, I gotta say, as a builder, the most important thing is to walk away from something. Walk away from it. If blocks aren't connecting, and if you're losing sight of what you were doing, and if you just all of a sudden don't like the way something looks, walk the fuck away. come back the next day, come back the next week, look at it again, and I guarantee you shit will be different. You'll either find a solution to what the problem was, or it won't be a problem anymore. It's happened so many times to me. It's like, you know, this looks ridiculous. I hate this thing, and then I'll come back and it'll be like, wait, this looks fine to me. What's wrong with it? You know, it's that wear. Like, it'll mess you up. After a while, it'll get to you. It'll be like, man, you know, I don't like this thing anymore. And it's like, you know, sometimes there's no reason for it. It just happens. It's just exhaustion. It's you know, you work on a build so long, and it just becomes, you know, this blur, and you know, so just walk away from it sometimes. Or that, Vandal. Sometimes that happens too. It's fine. As long as you, like, the longer you stay with something that you're not happy with, the more exhausted and depressed you're going to be about it. It's just never going to work out for you, man. It's never going to work out. There's a couple builds out there that have done that to me. The Mombel. There's a couple builds that, the Kydex Mark II. And you'll sit there and you'll live with that thing for so long, and you're never going to come to grips with it. So you either got to let it go, you got to be done with it one way or other. You either release it, you don't release it, but just get rid of it. Do something. Because, you know, keep it, you know, but just don't put it on the priority list anymore. Leave it the hell alone until you know what you're going to do with it. The Saber, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just, it is what it is. Don't ever force it, man. Forcing it's the worst thing you could ever do in building. This is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be having a good time. That's all there is to it. You're supposed to be having a good time building. And if you're messing with something and you're not having a good time, then let that go. Nice. Thanks, Vandal. Yeah, that's right. Vandal. It's not even mine anymore. It's Vandal's. That's his ship. Have at it, man. Oh. So, a reminder to everybody: I will not be streaming tomorrow. Little XCal's birthday was yesterday, and we're doing a party on Sunday. So I will not be online. I will be the party guy. I'm gonna be a pirate. We're gonna do like a treasure hunt, do all kinds of cool stuff. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So, but there is a event tomorrow. The event admin team is so awesome that I don't even need to be here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ice Wolf is streaming. Somebody's gonna be streaming it. Updated in the event news channel, announcements channel, where they can announce the stream, and so it should go down regular time, 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Look out for that. It's going to be a really cool event that they're planning. But yeah, no, I will not be there. Awesome. Big hype to Pear, Buko, Ice Wolfen. Yeah. I think it's going to. So, not only can you upgrade these thrusters as you move forward in your upgrading, right? So when you get to level 10, you can upgrade these to medium tier 2s. And I think that's where it'll live. The larges are 3, right? Now, yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna even bother with 3s, right? So we'll test it. We'll test the upgraded version. All this stuff is gonna be thoroughly tested before, and that's what this stream's about. It's about guiding you guys to kind of doing the same methods with building these things. Is all this stuff does need to be thoroughly tested. So that's a very good point. We will be in survival the next couple of streams, testing all these things out, seeing if upgrading it, if it's still workable, if it still moves good, if it can still lift cargo, do what it needs to do as a workable starter SV. Absolutely. Can't hear anything? Come back in. Oh. So that's a me problem. I'm restarting Discord. I don't know why. Sometimes in Discord voice I'll get this RTC connecting thing, and I just can't talk or anything. It's really weird. So I'm restarting Discord. Give me a second. Just hop back in the channel there, and I'll be able to. There we go. I'm connected now.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, not too much. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. Looks like you're building stuff.
I am. I'm working on the prefab thingy.
Nice.
What are you
Prefab.
You know about the prefab thingy, right?
Not really.
So I know. You get your head, you put your head down for a while building, and you don't see anything. So we're Alex. I'll give you the quick explanation. We are building a prefab catalog within the Anvil community that Anvil members can submit monthly, just like the Designer's Challenge. You know, this month we're doing unlock level 5 to unlock level 7 small vessels without warp, without shields, that can work as a prefab in the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically build an entire catalog of prefabs so that new players can be directed to this catalog. Now, how this differs from the workshop, how this differs from the in-game prefab list is that as a community, we're going to continue to update these things. So, like, if you were to submit a build, you know, you would be responsible for updating that build as time goes on. And, you know, as a community, we're going to be streaming. We're going to be saying, hey, this changed with SVs, so we all need to go back and fix this problem in our SVs. And as a community, we'll do that. We'll update it. And then that way, this catalog is always current, and it's always working. So the hopes is that now we have this built workable catalog in our Discord with blueprints, with explanations as to what these things are. So all Elion has to do is come in and grab what they want and implement it into the game as a secondary bonus, right? So it's just a way of you know, because Elion's not updating the prefabs. They're not concentrating on them. They're not doing anything with them. They don't make sense. They're really frustrating. So, you know, this is a way as a community that we can help that.
Gotcha. So you have to put out a maintenance contract.
So yeah, so it's going to be pretty painless. It's not going to be a big deal, honestly. Like, you know, I mean, obviously there's going to be things that will need to get fixed, and there'll be little changes as we've always seen. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be a huge task to keep the thing current. And it's ever revolving. So, you know, let's say you have a tier 7 SV that you put out this month, right? So let's say I mean unlock level 7. Let's say 6 months down the road you have a much superior one that you would prefer to be in the catalog. We would do like a swap or something. We'd have to figure out how we stream that, but you know, we'll basically, hey, these are the updates to the catalog this month. Jay Randall has submitted a newer one, blah blah blah, and that'll basically be part of that stream. So every month, mid-month, I do a stream where we test all these and we certify them as you know, viable for, you know, yes, this is working, this makes a good prefab, and then it'll have that Anvil stamp saying this is a certified good prefab for the catalog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
And that's
Very
gonna be a team. So we're gonna have me, we're gonna have JTKE Gaming, we're gonna have you, and then I think somebody else will be on that team of looking at these builds and you know, seeing if they're on stream. So it's a once a month stream, and that's it, right?
Okay, gotcha. I understand now.
You guys see how I did that? That was my way of asking Jay Randall if he wanted to be a part of that stream.
I just heard something like, well, and you're going to be on this.
Yeah, no, I think you got to be on it, dude. I think it's, yeah, people, I mean, because that's it. I mean, you have a different opinion of building than I do, obviously. Like, we're constantly, we have a lot of similarities in what we think makes sense and doesn't make sense, but at the same time, we do have some very different ideas as well. So, and that's what I want. It doesn't make sense to have 4 people that agree with everything. We need to have diverse opinions and stuff. So I think that's very important.
No, gotcha. So you're building a
this is
a SV?
Unlock level 7 starter SV. It does have, well, I have that in there now, but the shield and the warp drive are gonna go. But it will be future spacing for those. It's got about 14,000 cargo. Yeah, it's like a little starter SV that will progress as you go along.
Gotcha. Nice.
And then the Valoon works too. We updated the Valoon to where it can also be a viable unlock level 7 SV as well.
Oh, cool. I'm not even sure what I have anymore for unlock level 7 stuff.
Yeah,
I'll have to look.
Merc 2, Merc 2.75 or something. You got some mercs.
Yeah.
You got some mercs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just rebuilt one of my older ones to the MX3R. So I got that actually done. I gotta update the blueprint on that yet.
Nice.
The,
So I see you're working on a Helios space station.
so yeah, yeah. It's a module space station. So yeah, it's been kind of fun.
Nice, nice. That's cool, man. Looking forward
Yeah.
to seeing that finish. How far along
Yeah.
are you?
I almost got the hull done, almost. In
Okay.
textured. It's just I haven't touched the interior yet.
Right.
But there's been a lot of testing, and I'm gonna make some changes yet too. But yeah, it's set up to dock Helios modules and Majora modules.
Ah, nice.
So yeah, and I tried something and I didn't expect it to work, and I wasn't even planning on going in that direction because I didn't think it would work. And that is like docking things at like 45-degree angles. But I mean, it does work, and actually, the collision on those angled blocks, even the ones that aren't the straight, the 45 just standard wedge, like if you're using those other blocks and kind of have it half block out, works wonderfully. Like the collision on the angles is like totally cool. I was surprised, and I'm like, wow, that makes it so you can dock stuff all the way around a circle,
Right.
as opposed to look down a line,
You want to show me? I would love to see it.
Oh, you want to see it? Well, I can send you the blueprint. I don't
I mean,
if
we can go
you're
into creative if you want. We can go into the server. It's up to you, whichever one.
oh, that's all right. I don't need to jump in the server, but I'll send you my current work in progress blueprint here.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. So that's been your main focus for the last week or two?
Yeah, well, actually, I started on an MX4. I didn't finish it yet. It needs the interior finish, and then I was looking at the MX3, and I totally rebuilt that. It took way longer than it probably should have, but I'm happy with it now. And then yeah, I was working on the space station. So yeah, that's been pretty much my Empyrion time. Just where is my space station? A sec, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, we're gonna look at it, Hydra.
Yeah, sorry it's taking so long. The list on the hard drive does not look the same as the list inside of Empyrion.
It never does, right?
Yeah, well, it starts with a dash, and
Oh, I think it ignores that. I think it's just alphabetical. It ignores the dash, I think.
Oh, okay.
Don't you wish they had angled versions of these bigger cylinders? Like they only have like the straight. Like I wish they had all the joints and stuff with the bigger ones too, so we could do different piping.
Oh yeah, that would be really really cool.
Oh, also I saw you were doing what I assumed was the part 2 of the Fred interview.
Yes, I that was Tuesday, I think. Yep.
Nice.
is finally. Jeez, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, anyway, I sent you 3 blueprints. So you got a MX3, R, MX4, and a module space station. I have not come to grips yet with a name for the station, but
Oh,
I got a couple things
I'll
in
find
mind.
one.
But...
Don't worry. Just let me look at it. We'll give it a cool name. You've come to the right place, sir.
Oh, the 45 thing. I've seen a couple comments in Twitch here about that. It's basically I wanted, originally it was going to be a little bit more squarish, and I was going to have modules kind of docked, similar to like the Helios or other ones. And then I was like, well, I want to make this kind of a hexagon, and I got these other angles here, and it's like, how would that work if I tried to take and recreate the whole module dock at a 45-degree angle, so it could go in those slots? And then I was thinking, well, it's probably going to have collision problems with the blocks, and how one CV would line directly up to another one, and things like that. And to my amazement, it didn't. And especially with the Majora modules, which are the second ones I were playing around with, I even used not even the direct 45-degree angle block. It was kind of like the step up one with the smaller wedge thing, and it's like when you dock them and you pull all the way up, it's like tight. It's like you can't even see that there's a difference between the two CVs if it's docked properly. And I was really surprised to see that actually work that way. So I went with it.
Nice. The vanilla or reforged? What should I be looking at these in?
Reforged is fine if you were in Reforged already. Yeah, I think they're all Reforged ready. I think they all work in vanilla too. I've been really trying to make things so they're like compatible on both. Now I've got one thing on this space station I got to deal with yet, and that it's the solar panel count. I got to do an experiment. I got to try to spawn it in vanilla in survival yet. Haven't done that. And the whole reason why I'm freaking about the solar panels is it has 24 on it, which would be cool for Reforged Eden, but vanilla I believe has a cap of 15. But when I was in the vanilla editor in creative, it didn't complain at all about the space station. It was showing in white. I spawned it. All the solar panels were there. But then I was seeing some chat saying that, well, maybe if you're in survival, then it would show in red that it's got a problem with it. So I don't know that answer yet.
Completely forgot about this CV I'm working on. It's like, oh, that's where the challenge is. Yeah, I need to. All right. Okay, so Merc.
Oh, you jumped over to the creative server, or is this yours?
No, this is mine. So yeah, I'm
okay,
just gonna
cool.
yeah. So I'll do the MX3R first, right?
Sure. I'm watching Twitch, so I'm probably 20-30 seconds behind what I'm seeing, so I'll try not to talk too much.
Ooh, look at this guy. Yeah. The classic man. Like you had the 8, and then you came out with this after, and it was like, yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah, it's a smaller one, but it was a lot like what took place with the MX2 and even the MX5. I took the original blueprint and stripped it down to nothing, and then basically rebuilt the entire body, the interior, all the parts, thrusters, weapons. It's a completely new ship. In fact, there's probably only a couple blocks that are the same as the original ship, but I wanted to update it for everything because it was really old. It was packed full of a bunch of RCS, and you couldn't pass through the interior to the front of it. It didn't have any new features. So yeah, now it does.
You've tested it in flight and everything?
Yeah. Now the R version is there was an MX3, and then the R version was the hardened steel one, and it had bigger thrust on it and was more enhanced, I guess, over the MX3. So that's what this one is. So it's got a shield, and it's not on lock level 7.
Right. Because I'm scared of that pentaxid thing. That's the only thing I was asking for. Because usually,
Scared of it.
Well, usually when it's full of pentaxid, it weighs a lot, and it might disproportionate the. It might be lopsided, is what I'm saying, weight wise.
Oh, I haven't noticed at all.
Yeah, if you've tested it, then fine.
But yeah, it should be pretty snappy. I believe CPU should come out here and reforge even nicely.
Yeah, it looks amazing, man.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, it's similar shape and everything as to the. I mean, it looks a lot like the other one, but it's just newer.
Yeah, nah, it's cool. Man.
Oh, I'm looking at the thruster power though. There's a spike there. Darn it. Oh, you know why? It's meant to actually swap out. It's got vanilla generators in it, and it's meant to have a couple of the Reforged generators in there. The Reforged version.
Oh, yeah. So we got this here. Let me spawn the regular one here. MX. Oh no. Okay, so you didn't give me the MX3. The one without the. You just gave me the R, right?
You're right. I didn't.
That's fine.
I could. I have an old one of it.
No, it's fine. Oh no, I have the original one. I thought you had said you had. So do you have an updated MX3 that's not the R?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I'm gonna probably. What I'm gonna have to do is do a experiment with it. I wanted to copy this one over the MX3 so I can update the existing blueprint and then strip it. And convert the hull material probably to steel like the original MX3 had, and remove some thrusters and the shield and some other things.
Do it, dude. That would make a good entry for the prefab thing too, if it's on like level 7.
Yeah, I imagine the other one would be. What is this one, like 12? I think
this one's
something
12,
like
but yeah, if you're gonna make a version that's like the dumbed down version of this, yeah, would work good.
Well, I didn't really want to, but yeah, I already have it on the like I'm not releasing these as new blueprints or just updates to like older stuff, and
right.
And if I just did the R, then the MX3 that's out on the workshop would be like old,
right.
And
yeah, no, I know. That's cool, man. Look at the MX4 here. Ooh, MX4-1. Ooh.
Oh well, it's revision 1. I haven't even made it to revision 2 on it yet.
Hey, look at this thing.
It's a little bigger than that. It does.
Radar! It's got radar!
Now I was thinking of this one would be kind of like I don't know, just an all-around like scouting kind of ship with it wouldn't come with probably all the guns, but you could put some more guns on it.
Right.
And
that's cool, man.
I just kind of I didn't do the interior obviously yet, so it's just nothing's going on here.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, now that you say it. I was kidding. No, it's cool, man. It's I like it. It's a specific function focused build here. It's cool. Little like data miner. Little data miner ship or something. That's cool.
I was I was having fun with the cockpit on this one. I was trying to keep it like skinny and glassy, and trying to make it look a little bit more like a prefab cockpit, I guess. I don't know.
It's a cool looking cockpit for real, man. You did a good job with that glass.
Thanks. So yeah, future MX4. I was tooling around with a potential like MX6 or 7 too, but I'm not far enough along on that to even care it. I put it aside while I was working on the space station and stuff.
So what's the name of the space base? Module Space Station 3?
Yep.
Bam! Oh shit. Our future home in season 3.
So yeah, you got to kind of think a little bit Helios, but a base instead, and so it'll be doing the furnaces and the solar and the CV repair, and production, and I was thinking it's got a lot of space inside of it. So I was thinking having it come with about like 320K storage, but have like tons of areas to add more storage containers, like as many as I could fit.
Right. Spawn a couple of these here so we can stock them. Is there room for the dropship somewhere? Or no?
No, I did not do a dropship bay. To me, it didn't make much sense because it's a one-off sized bay, and it's a dropship. And why would you want the dropship permanently attached to a space station? I don't know.
What's
No.
what's the name of the
What
Plutus.
the like Plutus? Yeah, it's a Plutus.
You and all your names. All right, anyway.
Yep. I don't have guide markers in on those yet, but
I ignore them anyway, Jay. It's fine.
yeah.
You know me.
Also, yeah, I'm behind you on video, but definitely do not mind whatever dock numbers are on the docks because they haven't been set yet. Nothing. So with lining up, oh well, again I'm behind you, so maybe you're already docked. I don't know. But I was gonna say you'd want to aim your crosshair right at about the bottom of the two, and then you pull up.
Got it.
And when you like walk out, quite there yet. Yeah, without those guides, it's a pain.
I feel like I should be docked.
Well, here's the thing. It's a CV. That's a base. It doesn't dock.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. At first, I was like, "Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working?" And I was like, "Yeah, it really needs to dock." So.
Yeah.
So
it's not
let's
going
see.
anywhere. It's fine.
Oh, the Majora bays are below, and I don't have. I tested them, and I know it works, but I got to make I got to modify that area a little bit. The thing to hold it down on the top, like the Helios bays have those pieces that stick out, aren't the right size on the Majora ones right now, so it kind of flops it around a little bit.
Dude, this is cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like an arena. I guess. But yeah, then go ahead.
No, I guess that would work. So no, I'm just thinking solar. Like, how would you have to point this to?
Well, solar's a sticky issue on this one for sure.
Yeah.
To start with, they really have to be on the top of it because the modules that use solar also have solar on the top. So then they would all face the same direction. Using the angle ones like I am probably aren't the best idea. It'd probably be better if they were flat. But that's terrible for the whole shape and design of the station. And so it's kind of a cosmetic thing that would really bug me if I went the other way.
I hear you. And that's the thing. I think if I think it's modifiable. I mean, if people could just as easily like make a scaffolding thing coming down here and like put their own panels if they wanted to. It could be retrofitted if it needs to, but yeah, or if you want to Fred Hop headed it and just turn it sideways and
oh right
live on the edge, you could do it that way too. So I think it works for both ways. The thing that you have that point at the bottom there, where I guess a turret would go, you could just totally extend that and put solar panels there if you want.
Yeah, actually, I was following the general shape of this is based on something from a different video game called Sins of Solar Empire. They had in one of the factions, they had a star base. And I was sort of trying to base this on it, although scaled down drastically from what that game is. But it's supposed to actually have some angled pieces coming out from that lower structure. But here I am all worried about size class again, so I'm like not sure if I should add that because it's just going to add more size class to it, and I don't want to necessarily do that. But I guess it's not in dangerous levels. But believe it or not, I started this out thinking I was going to somehow make this a size class 5. I laugh. I don't know what I was thinking.
Uh-huh. It's pretty big. Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Well, basically the lower area, it's going to be obviously big hangar. Down in that lower spire will probably be the engineering area, and then up top you're going to have 2 decks, and that would be for crafting, production, all that fun stuff. Maybe a little fluff, but I'm going to try to keep it minimal. And there's a lot of things that could be done yet. I got to figure out elevators and all this stuff yet too. I haven't really dealt with that one yet.
Right. So, can you not just dock the Apollo? So I know you're saying like you don't really need the Apollo thing there, but like okay, so let's say I live here, right? That's my base, and then I use the Apollo to go, adventuring and stuff, and then I want to bring back and I want to swap out HVs and SVs, and I want to keep them in my base, So it would make sense to have some ability, but I'm thinking that you could probably, let me see if it fits on a regular slot, because this is different. This is unique to like the Helios. The Helios has the sides that block you from doing that, but this kind of doesn't, right? Like you could theoretically.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you wouldn't have the hangar, I guess. Yeah, never mind. It'd just be a door, right?
Well, yeah, it also docks differently too because it's got the side dock thing on it. So yeah,
Okay.
there's a few things that are different about it, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit very well with that hangar door. You could try to pull up to one of the hangar doors, the force field area. But yeah, it's totally not designed to do that. Well, the thing is to add like a dock for this uniquely somewhere on here. Where would you really put it? It's.
Well, you can make one of the hangar entrances an Apollo dock.
Well, it's a wider ship though too, so that would cause the whole structure. I would have to make the structure bigger to accommodate the larger surface area, whether it's one of the straight ones or well, because these things is exactly kind of like fit around there when they're designed. Basically, I would have to increase the radius of the station to make a wider bay door on one of the sides, or get rid of some of the filler blocks that are over there.
Yeah, this thing just shoots up, man. Those amount of thrusters on the bottom of this thing.
Oh, yeah, I had about the same thruster that the Chiron CH-10 has, so it was made to lift stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, so like if you like, yeah, no, this one. Oh, I guess you're saying it's kind of close there with that or whatever. But even if you just completely got rid of like those sides with the turrets and just had it be able to be flush, I don't think it necessarily has to slot in there like a cartridge. But as long as, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the docking thing is way lower than that. You'd have to make it. Yeah, I guess it. And you'd have to eat at some of this paneling, I think, the solar panel business, for it to like come up this high and dock into it. So
yeah, it would take major modifications, the whole thing. Yeah, basically, yeah, I'd have to just like copy all the sides off them and stretch everything out a block square.
Thanks for that follow, Jason.
All around, I think.
Sam Squatch with
it
the
could probably be
bro.
made to work, but then it wouldn't line up right. Trying to use it as a rugged module, and that's supposed to be like a pass-through hangar door for SVs and stuff. But I don't know. I see your point, though. I mean,
yeah. So let's say you and me have this thing. Let's say we spawn this thing in right now in season 2. We have a space station that we're living at, right? So, we've got a bunch of HVs, we've got a bunch of SVs, we got all these things. What are we gonna do with them all? Let's say we don't have the Helios anymore, and we're just, we need a place to keep these. but you know, we're still utilizing the Apollo. We take the Apollo out to do ground assaults, whatever. You know, it would make sense to be able to move HVs between the already Apollo and you know what I mean. Since you already have these things built to interchange with the Helios, it would make sense to accommodate that that fitting for the Apollo. I don't know. It just I get it from a symmetry thing, but if you just had like one side of this capable of taking, because it's not only the Apollo, it's all the other dropships out there. You know, you don't know what those functions are. People have maybe made bigger production drop pod modules and just whatever, you know. So it would make sense to have like one slot just for that. I know it's painful, but I don't know. It's just something, I guess. But or people maybe have dropships that are regular module size that would work with this, and I've seen those out there too. So I mean, maybe have one slot that has hanger instead of, you know.
Actually, you are giving me an idea, though. I believe it could be possible on like one or both sides of the hangar entrance to actually allow that size ship to fit there. It would block a hangar door when you're doing it, but that's okay because you would actually want to load up HVs or SVs parked in the hangar into that ship. Would be I guess the thing would be, you would have to, man, I would need to dock lower though, and that's the thing. That means I would have to make the whole place bigger and taller inside.
Well, if you look at this, like where I'm at right now, I don't know how lagged you are in the video, but if you look at this is about level with the other things. All you'd have to do is eat at some of this top part where the solar panels are on one side of it. You'd have to kind of make that like a straight shot and be able to dock into that, and just, I guess, get rid of some of this turret work here and just make it like a dock point. I don't know. Or you can extend it out way further so that this is kind of separate from the other things, you know, at least like 6 blocks out, and you could make it like this extended like docking point, you know, on one side.
Yeah.
That would probably solve the problem easier than trying to eat at it. It'd just be this like expandable point or whatever. Or you could get really stupid and you could make a CV that's like a docking connector CV that its only purpose is to connect those two things, and it's just basically a big hallway CV.
Oh, jeez, that's complicated.
No, I'm kidding. So the top part of this, is this meant to be like a big vertical hangar entrance, or you're gonna...
No. Actually, it was pretty much meant to be a repair bay at the top and be kind of like it'll be covered. So no, it's not meant to be a hangar.
Okay.
So yeah, the top, you know, and I didn't even really want to put much of a landing pad on the top. I guess I could and put up some stairways. Maybe it'll have some little landing pads up there or something.
I don't think it's necessary.
Mainly,
it's a big hangar.
Yeah, I was thinking there's so much room inside it that you wouldn't really need to park on top of it with SVs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's the thing with space. I mean, you know, you're not. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to park anything anywhere. But the smaller vessels, it makes sense. But CVs and stuff, no, they could just be next to it. They don't have to be, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, it comes down to it. Like, you know me, I wouldn't mind building something ginormous because I could add so much more to this. I could make it bigger, and it's supposed to be way bigger than it is, you know. But it's just like, man, how big a size class do you want this thing to be? And I think it's like touching at 6 where it is right now, and I'm worried because the interior usually shoots up size class a lot more. Once you get into that with all the lights and stuff. So I'm just, you know, I wanted to originally have it 5. That totally didn't work. Then I was thinking 10, and now if push comes to shove, it's got to be 14 or lower.
I mean, cost is the more important thing, right? Like, if this is gonna be like, let's take our playthrough. Let's say we start with the Janus. We have that as a base. That becomes our CV. We leave the starter planet. We then mine with it. Eventually, we get mining capability with it. We've got our HVs and stuff inside of it, whatever, right? We eventually, you know, basically we're mining to get into the space station. And then we're utilizing the space station and the modules until we can get a Helios, and then we basically move to the Helios, and then we keep this as like a refining depot and stuff, and we can interchange between the two and do our exploration stuff. I mean, that's a simplified, basic strategy for a playthrough. Yeah, I mean that seems really cool, because then the Janus can dock directly into this, and then we can just be adding cargo modules. We can be doing what we need to do back and forth between it. That's really exciting. It's a cool idea. And then eventually, maybe you get the Apollo. You get the Apollo that's like a stronger planetary solution, more production capabilities, more hauling capability, cargo capability. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. Yeah, no, the Janus coming up to this. Well, I mean, it's a steel thing, and hopefully it'll cost a lot of iron to build this for sure, but I'll keep it fairly stripped down and put in a lot of places for people to add stuff, lots of stuff.
yeah,
So
totally.
hopefully it won't break the bank. You'll just need a lot of iron.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, as long as you can, let's say you put like 4 cargo systems in here at least, you put in some basic production, so that, if this is the first thing you're starting with outside of like the Janus or something, or your starter CV or whatever, this will be an upgrade. It'll have a furnace, it'll have things that you're looking for in a base in space, but then, it has that room and it has that cargo capability, so that eventually when you do add the modules, you can, further upgrade from there. But yeah, no, this is cool, man. I love the look of it. I think it's really, really cool, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it started out, and I wasn't liking. What's weird about this is there's a particular angle I was trying to do on the corners of it, on the rooftop area, and there's a missing block, and it really sucks because I got to do. It's the only way I could make that angle come down on those 45s on the top, is to use this weird block that forces you to have those seams in it, those lines there. And I didn't want that. I just wanted it, honestly, just to be smooth, but no way to do it.
Yeah, no. Willa, we are in talks. That is something that we're talking about for season 3, Willa. So the size class has not been written in stone for season 3 as of yet. As is a lot of things. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, no, there's a lot still that we're doing for season 3, but season 3 is gonna be freaking amazing, dude. It's gonna be some really cool shit, some really cool anvil shit that we're gonna be doing. So definitely looking forward to that.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. This is
Yeah. In the comments here, someone was saying, about a 45-degree hangar door. That would be cool. Love to have some angled and neat hangar doors. I mean, you can use ramps to some extent, but they got like no hit points, and they don't steal air, and you're forced to use that giant rectangle of a hangar door, and that really sucks for shaping. So.
Yeah. No, dude. 22.5, 45, like, give us all the angles.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Actually,
turrets? Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be cool. Honestly, I just want a decal line that's at 45, so you could do like angled landing pads and that don't have to all be squares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be very cool too.
No, guys, so that's why I haven't touched the Mando, because I'm waiting for 45-degree turrets, so it could be more replica authentic.
Oh, right.
That's the only. Otherwise, that would be done. Like, I just really wait for that.
Yeah.
I see it down there in the background. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. I forgot about that. My memory is bad. I forget about everything. Like, oh wait, what's that? No, this is good, dude. I'm excited, man. I was talking about this early in the stream. I think before you were on, it was like, Jay's doing some really cool builds that are gonna be really cool for the new playthrough and everything. And then I said that you and me got to have a stream where we just talk about what we're doing in season 3, like before it comes. Like we'll sit there and we'll kind of talk about it. We'll give ideas as to what our builds we want to use, and kind of maybe have a game plan. I want to live in an SV for a month. But
Oh,
I don't
oh.
know. I don't know. I think
Oh well, seriously, yeah, you could try that. I want to. My whole goal on season 3 is to utilize
yeah,
the
well,
Janus. I want to get the. I want to spawn
yeah,
that in as soon as I can. Use it as a base for a while until I get it airborne, and then
yeah. No, for sure. And I like that idea too. I think it's really really cool. It's an ingenious little build, man. So I am excited to use that, see how that works out. So that'll be the route. I think on my off days I'll be in an SV and I'll just pretend that that's all I got, and I'll make little pew pew noises with my mouth as I'm like flying in space.
what I seriously worry about on longevity of a SV. I mean, sure, if you're not trying to like get too far, and well, you've got your factories, you can dump resources there all the time. But yeah, it's just you're not going to have much storage. I'm pretty sure the constructor is pretty close to worthless to do anything more advanced in an
Mhm.
SV. So I mean, then how
Well,
could you even progress?
So this is
Beyond
it.
a
That's
certain
the
point.
challenge. To me, that's the challenge. So, for me, like let's say this was real life, right? Let's say we're in space. Let's say, we're not all going to have huge battleships. Like some of us are just going to be like lowly miners that have a little mining rig, and they go out and they get as much, ore as they can, and once they've carried all they can, they go back and they sell it, for some money, and they're living day to day. It's I mean, you're not going to conquer
Yeah.
the universe in an SV, but is it a cool playthrough to kind of be poor and be vulnerable? I think that's kind of cool. I think that can be an interesting challenge to force yourself to kind of live that way. Like let's say you get an opportunity salvage and you happen to get like a big thruster, and that's like all your SV can carry is this one thruster, and you're like suffering to get this back to the Polaris to sell it for this amount of money. And I mean, it's exciting. If all you have is an SV with a limited amount of cargo, you're not going to be able to bite off more than you can chew. Like you're not going to be going for the battle carriers. You're not going to be salvaging huge builds. So it's just a lower expectation all around. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
yeah,
True.
you know what I mean? You take on a little frigate and you get some good loot. Loots, you can get a ton of loot and put it in an SV. That's not weight, that's just space, cargo space, right? Different. But, if you're loading up heavy stuff like ore and stuff, that's a different thing. So I think it's a different challenge. I think it's interesting. I don't know. Part of me is like excited to try it out and see how it goes. But I think for what we're doing, I think that's definitely the route to go. Is that Janus, because I am equally excited to start out and see how that whole. I want to see how all that works. I want to see how the beginning play works with it. I want to see how base attack works with it. I want to see how it eventually becomes a CV and a miner, and we go up and we're mining stuff, and all that's really exciting to me. So,
Yeah, I know it's cool. I think it's got a lot of uses to it, and it's even like end game. Even though it was your starter at the beginning, but like later on you got a Helios, and it's still a production module slash a miner. It's not as powerful as the Plutus one, but it's still does all right.
right,
So
right,
no reason you got to necessarily scrap it.
right. No, exactly. And I mean, it can still, yeah, totally. It can still serve a good solo man dropship, purpose, definitely. I think I was done with this. I think I'm just texturing this at this point. Oh, that's all.
You
Yeah.
do that? That texture thing? But
Look at
what are those?
this. Look at these. See
Oh
that? That's
wow.
a texture. That's a texture. That's a
Oh
texture.
yeah, yeah. You got all kinds of wall detail and stuff in there. That's
Started.
cool.
I'm starting.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is
yeah,
this is my starter CV for the month, but basically it's upgradable to be a combat CV. So
yeah, yeah, yep.
so it's got like it's got like an extra 14 spaces for turrets.
Oh, nice, nice.
Um, you can actually add the XL thrusters on all the sides here for thrust. So all this can come out, and XL thrusters can go in all of it. So it has the same amount
Nice.
as the Conda.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and then it has expandable points for generator, shield. decoy block.
Nice. Yeah. So you thought about this like a starter / going into the into combat. So
Yep.
that is slick.
Yep.
It's slick. Yeah. I went the other route into minor. So yeah, that actually works out really good. I have a combat thing because the other one's never going to be for combat.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that, it doesn't have to be for combat. It serve any purpose. CVs
Yeah.
can outlive, gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
Based on, especially if it's a minor. The Janus is a minor. At the end of the day, it's a freaking minor. Like, that's awesome. Like, that can live forever, right?
Yeah. Well, it was a long time ago. You built that really small CV miner. I think it had 4 drills on it, and I used that a little bit in our game there, and I was pretty impressed at that thing. It's even with 4 CV mining drills, it's way better than an SV miner. It was chewing through asteroids pretty quickly, actually. So I was just like,
What did
that's
I
not
call
bad.
it? I completely forgot about that thing. What was that thing? Was that the all? That wasn't the all, right? That was the.
God, I don't remember
What the hell
exactly
was
what
that
you.
little guy called? I probably called it a little micro miner thingy or something. I don't know. Clip miner? What the hell's a clip? No, that's like.
No.
What the hell is that thing called? Karambit miner?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Karambit miner, right?
No. It was really skinny. It was like a really skinny build.
This one.
Um.
Nah, it's gotta be it. It's not this?
Oh, that one. That one. Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah.
about this. Wasn't there something
Yeah,
wrong with this one? Didn't it, like, airtight issue or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I had like an oxygen issue originally, and maybe that was fixed up on here. But other than that, I think it was cool. But I mean, as in the mining, just a little 4 drill setup like that worked out pretty good. So 6 drill, it's not bad. That's actually what the limits are for normal game rolls. So
Right.
you know.
God, I've built a lot of shit that I forgot about. You just said that, and I forgot about the all. I forgot about this thing. This was actually for the bludgeon, and I never finished it.
Oh, okay.
This
Gotcha.
was like a salvage monster. This thing, it was basically the rotary, but like bigger, and it like fit the whole thing. Yeah, it was a miner on one side, and then it has 2 like harvest things over here.
Nice.
Yeah,
rotary,
2 multi-turret.
Yeah. Wow.
But the shape of it's ridiculous. Like, I never finished it, but it fits perfectly in the back of the bludgeon in that space.
I bet you a lot of people in comments would agree. You need to finish more stuff. You got so many of these. Like, I know how it is. I mean, it's like it's kind of fun because sometimes you'll be working on something and it gets a little boring to work on. You're like, I got this idea for something else. It's all exciting again. But now you got like, you keep doing that, and then you got like 5, 8, 10 things just chilling, and then it's just like, oh, I'll never get caught up now.
Dude, it's like the story of my life, man. Like, honestly, like, that's me. Like, I'll do something, and then right at the end, like, I won't finish it. Like, I told you guys, I'm 5 credits shy of my college degree. I just never finished it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I know it's a real problem, but I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, I've got a lot of unfinished things too. Though. I usually, I'll make a thing. I'll usually just abandon them. But I probably got about 20 abandoned things now, at least.
This thing's ridiculous. I forgot about the all. I think the all had a lot of issues with chaining though, and that's why I got really scared of it at the time. I'm sure that's still the case, but it probably could live in vanilla. 6? No, it's got 12 drills. I'd have to remove these drills.
See, any small CV miner, I mean, you're not going to have room to properly, spread everything out. So, I mean, they're all going to be explodey and vulnerable. But that's the thing. If they got a shield and you can get away and you can maybe shoot down some drones, that's kind of the deal. I mean, you can't really expect a battleship miner.
Ooh,
but
or can you?
No, well, yeah, you probably could actually. I mean, why not? Well, yeah, it would be expensive to operate probably if it was a battleship miner.
Never forget the mom bell.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. No, I'm excited, man. I think it's gonna be, yeah, we're gonna have fun, dude. We're gonna have fun. I want to be, you know, I don't want to talk about season 3 too much, but um we definitely need to be a little more organized, I think, and a little more tightly knit with our cargo and stuff. I think with season 2, it was so, you know, we started salvaging stuff at one point and we just had so much shit and it was just sitting there. Like we weren't processing it, we weren't selling it, we weren't getting it the hell out of there. And it's just kind of lived there. And I don't know about you, but I get really dejected when I can't find stuff and shit's really disorganized. I just want to throw my hands up and say forget it.
Well, what I've realized, even playing other games with inventory and stuff with like friends all my life too, it's like my idea of organization might be totally different than someone else's idea. So they'll do one thing and I'll do another thing, and their thing confuses me and my thing confuses them, and it's just like. And then we've in other games with like friends, like even playing like Minecraft and like how you store your stuff in Minecraft, we'd argue about how we want to do the storage, and it just like, and then I found that it's such a more pleasant time usually where there's no problems if you each got your own little setup, and then you own it, and that's how it is, and that's the whole reason that I've always kind of suggested that. It just
And that might be the way to go, honestly. Like, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, after experiencing season 2, that might be the better way to do it.
Yeah, well, in season 2, what I was trying to do, but I wasn't on a whole heck of a lot there, especially towards the end. But I was trying to like set up shop in the Apollo, like, okay, like El Donk is using the P module, and you're using whatever, and I was just gonna like throw all this stuff in the Apollo, so it's my own whatever organization, and we all got our own little places, even though we're all in the same ship, sort of. You know what I mean?
Right. No, but it actually makes sense because, for you and even for me, like I would leave and then we'd come back for the next stream and it's like everything's moved. And, thanks for Donk, by the way. I mean, was amazing, right? Just organizing things and keeping shit.
Oh, right, yeah.
But it's like, you don't know where anything is. And you just want to like not touch it because you don't want to like mess up his thing, So it's true. There's a real ownership to organization that makes it hard to cooperate sometimes.
It does. I mean, especially if you're set up like, hey, I'm gonna build a bunch of ammunition, so I want to change my output over to here, and I want to pull from this other thing. So you set up the stuff to do that, and then you get offline. Someone else jumps online, and they want to use the constructors, but they're set up over here now, and they don't know why they're set up over here for what reason. So they switch it over to this, and then the other person comes back, is like, what happened to all my stuff? It's just and no one's trying to be bad. It's just how things work out. It just unless you all agree upon a exact storage plan and all adhere to it perfectly, like this is how the organization is going to be, let's go through the classroom lessons.
right which isn't realistic, right? So
yeah,
I think that might be the way to go. We might have to figure out how to better accommodate that. I don't know if that means that so let's just say it's like you, me, and Donk, right? If we each had our own utility module, whatever that is, if that's a P module.
Well, I was thinking what would be really cool, and even if there's more than even if Obsidian's back or whatnot too, if we all had our own like starter like little CV, we'd have like a little thing, and when we decided we're going to pack up and move somewhere, or if someone wasn't there and other people wanted to do stuff, we all got our own thing, so we're not in the same ship. That was it was an unforeseen problem with season 2, people playing at different times and moving around, and it's really hard to stay together unless you're like just the only time you play is with that other crew.
Hey, Doc Rabbit, whatever, resub, thank you, sir. I think we're saying the same thing, because so let's say we each had our own P module or whatever, and it could serve as our starter CV, it could serve as our production CV, but basically it's where we keep our stuff. You know, and we would work out of it, we would craft out of it, and we would say, you know what, like, hey, you know, we need whatever drone, we need auxiliary cores. Jay, can you make any? Yeah, I could give you 2 with the stuff I got, and we can work together and pull together as that, and then we can be independent together. So on a day where you're not streaming, or a day when I'm not on, like, people can still function with their stuff, and it's fine, you know.
Yep. And when you get back, all your stuff's not rearranged, and
Yeah, and if the whole thing's moved, like your module's still there.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So what's up with that ship? I'm of course probably 30 seconds behind, but you've been looking at that really cool ship. I don't think you released to the workshop, but it's got red on it, and I'm like, what's up with that?
Oh, okay. No, so this is the pickaxe, which
You're right.
It is released to Patreon. I haven't released it yet to the workshop, but this is a version of it by Willa Gray.
Oh,
and, yeah. So this is his custom version that he wanted to show me, which is cool. That's why there's red on it. It's not me. You know, I feel about red. Yeah, no, it's not me. But it looks cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
cool. It does. It gives it that more, I don't know, realistic vibe. It's cool.
Yeah. So I did texturing to it and everything.
I never used to do that too, but now even if you look at the newer stuff, you notice that little dash of like red. You know, even on the space station, it's not like I'm not trying to make it red. It's just like the little accent marks here and there. It just little stuff like that can just do a lot in the end result. And if you take a look at even like an X-wing, you notice like the little red marks, orange marks, whatever they have on them. That just it adds detail. That's really the only reason they're there.
For sure. Don't I have an X-wing? I want to look at the X-wing.
There are some really cool X-wings on the workshop, that's for sure. Not sure which one I like better.
Yeah, Pear did a really good one. I know, was it NMK or Salustacor? One of them did a really cool one. There's been a couple of really good ones. I want to look at the Razor Crest that Dan Bolo did again too. I haven't really looked at that too well. There's some stuff to look at for sure. But yeah, dude. I mean, that's cool what you're doing. Looks like you've been very busy. So
I'm always busy with this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I gotta release this thing too. Forgot about this guy too. The freaking SV, the bomber thing.
Well, you got like 50 or 60 things you got to release yet?
Oh my god, I'm telling you, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. We'll get there. We'll get there, guys.
Did you release the SV? Well, 30 seconds ago, you're looking at SV at least. Did you release that yet?
The answer is probably no.
Okay.
No, it's probably no.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Like I said, tomorrow there is an event. I will not be streaming, so announcements. It might be Ice Wolfen or somebody else. So the event team will put all that out. Please attend. Please support. They're doing some really creative, cool stuff with the events. Little XCal's birthday tomorrow, so I will be doing that. It's gonna be a good time. So, but I will see you guys Monday for some more shenanigans. Maybe Anvil community server stream or something to that effect. Thanks, Jay, for popping in, dude. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
to catch up, and yeah, we will. Let's see what we can raid here.
All right, see you, everyone.
Let's see. We could raid. XCaliber. XCaliber did a 28-hour stream the other day. Crazy. Later, guys.